afternoon, Sarah, and I do hope you've got your feet up after all that dashing in and out of the rain and up the steps. And welcome to all of you, welcome to Kingsholm, mainly the sites of the birth of a PWR dynasty. When you come into the car park here, you can still see the shadow on the facade of this stadium entering its 135th year when it was rebranded for the final back in 2023. Little did we know we were going to be birthing a new PWR superpower. But standing in their way today, it is a Lightning on the rise, a best start in 6 years. Youth and optimism fizzing in equal measure. No win here since December 2021, but Lightning sensing a scout, Gloucester Hartpury putting their faith in a fourth, a shot at PWR immortality. Well, just 4 remain from the 23 that dismantled Leicester Tigers just before the Christmas break. One of them is Steph Else, the only forward, in fact, a first start in the back row for the only uncapped international player in an otherwise all-star 15. Emma Singh, Mia Bennett, Jade Sheckles, the other remaining. And a late change as well sees Nevo Dowd come in for El Perry, Irish for Irish, with a late withdrawal of the loose head. Consistency continues to emanate from Nathan Smith's first team sheet of the new year. There is, however, one glaring omission. Supercharged Sadia Kabea is out with a knee complaint. So USA's Talia Brody takes the 7 jersey in a new back row that sees captain Daisy Hibbert-Jones at 8 and rookie sensation Hainiala Lutui into the less familiar role of second row. There's 3 debuts in waiting on the bench. Paige Stathalopoulos, who just arrived off the plane on Tuesday, Kea Acton and Ava Kelly as well. Well, they're packed in here and expectant for the rebirth of a league that has been in hibernation. And Katie Daly-McLean, you like the look of the halfbacks today?
Yeah, people at home won't be surprised. I'm a big halfback fan, and I think in a day like this, in conditions like that, with the way both of these teams play, Helen Nelson, Craigie George, Mohan and Alicia Moore are going to have key roles to play in the management of this game.
Well, this team teeming with youth, bounding out with a fair number of red roses and rising roses amongst them as well. A strong cohort of 5 in John Mitchell's 47-strong training squad, and another 8 involved in the under-21s women's camp that was hosted by MJ Lewis only weeks ago. Helen Nelson delivering the final instructions as the Mozo combo leads out the 3-time champions, bidding for a 4th. The perfect season to this point. No club has dominated this way since Sarries in their P15's heyday. The surge to the stoop, a final on the horizon come the 28th of June. And an expectant Queensholm, who was so used to seeing their women win. The league awoken from its 6-week slumber. Hamish Grant, the man out in the middle. Craig Maxwell-Keys, the TMO, and dry PWR is over. And time for Gloucester Hartpury and Loughborough Lightning to take one last long drink of round 9 before the downward steps to the stoop in June.
It's not a bad way to start, that, is it? It's like they've never been away. Sarah Beckett, Emma Singh back to the halfway. Exit tick.
Well, she has been outstanding all season, plundering points at will, her conversions so key for a side that score all those mauling tries in the corners. And there's the Achilles heel of Loughborough Lightning all season, the worst performing line out in the league. And a misstep early, but so too from Maud Muir. Not something we say too frequently about the Red Rose on the brink of a half-century of caps. That's a hit, isn't it? Heini Ala-Latui living up to the pre-match billing. And Cleaky George just bails out and sends it down the gunnels to Bo Westcombe-Evans. She's back to her try-scoring best and some flighty feet to get her beyond the 22. This is the other part of Latui. Just a hint of the carnage to come. Talia Brody. Such big boots to fill that 7 jersey that Sadia Kabeya is filling out deeper and deeper every time she takes to the field. Singh, for all the kicking, she thrives on a counter. Sangapolu throwing her shoulder into the defensive destruction early in these forays, and Gloucester Hartpury finding the edge for the first time. Nell Metcalf, another standout performer so far this season. Oh, blood and thunder again from Latui. Loughborough Lightning bringing the noise, and Gloucester Hartpury, for all their phases in retreat, that is, until Venner gets on the ball, accelerates through the chink in the armour, and battles onto the 22. What strength. And now they're rolling. Out the back they go. Cleaky George hinted that being forward, but a gap opening up, and it slams shut as Georgia Brock weaves, and Lightning survive the opening onslaught.
I'm not sure I've got 78 more minutes of this. We've had everything. We've gone to an edge. We've had big hits. We've had massive carries here. Got hookers doing switches with the wingers. What an opening start it is. The intensity, the ferocity. Mia Venner there thought she should have stayed on the edge. Maybe a tad forward there, but it's a lovely little tip from Monaghan. And this is where Gloucester Hartpury have been so good. Front foot, dominant, in behind, make it look so easy.
Well, Loughborough Lightning survived the stress test early, but there is far more to come. 77 minutes of it.
Bind.
A solid platform, if unremarkable in terms of winning penalties.
We're not stable, we agreed before we're going to have that
sometimes
stability.
That's all you need, isn't it, Katie?
We need to be stable.
Better than the worst line-out stat in the league, which you kindly opened with. Nathan Smith will not be sending you a birthday card, you know that, right?
No sugarcoating here. No sugarcoating in round 9. We're approaching the business end, Katie.
But yeah, it's a solid platform, you know, and that's what you need. You need something to launch with, and especially for Loughborough to get a foothold in this game. They're going to need at least one of their set pieces to operate.
Liz Maud, who is developing this partnership with Helen Nelson, frees up the wide space, and interesting kick that Emma Singh has to watch. It's awkwardly claimed, but ultimately safely. And then the offload, all a little bit messy.
Bit scrappy, isn't it? And I suppose that's the one when you connect it and you think, actually, just kick long, put it out. But then by putting the ball on the floor, you can force errors. It is wet out there. It might not look it on your TV screens, but it's not a great day to handle, and Emma Singh probably won't want to see that again.
I think by the speed at which you, Sarah and Sarah were racing up the stairs in between presentation, I think everyone gets a sense of how worried everyone was about the rain.
It was nothing to do with our hair. But...
Another line out, doesn't go to plan. And Gloucester Hartpury being gifted possession. Nice late ball from Muir, who then gets a secondary touch, and Cherry and Whites are steaming forward. Sheckles, not the ideal ball, but goodness me, she does well. Mo Hunt to Zoe Stratford. Venner back inside. The cover is strong and well resourced, but Gloucester Hartpury as close as they've been. Brock recovered from that fractured eye socket that kept her out around Christmas time. And now Sarah Beckett, stationary ball, but when he got that power, he still managed to make meters. Now the turn of O'Dowd. Late call up to the run on side. Rani Samuda wearing her 18 jersey instead.
Hands and feet.
Loughborough Lightning, as they've been all season, delivering on the collision front. This is Gloucester Hartpury's happy place, though. Tight to the line. Cherry and white's looming. Mo Hunt marshalling. Just that glance of when she fancies freeing it. They get the penalty, and now it will go. Glances right, picks up Brock, no way through.
You've got advantage.
Hoop jerseys queuing up wide left. Claky George rips it off the right. It's a good read from Matai Tonga, but it gets to Singh. It's in the hands of Metcalf, and that's the opener at Queen's Home.
It's a great little finish, but again, it's the power of Gloucester Hartpury, isn't it? They batter Loughborough, and fair play to Loughborough. They stood up strong, but penalty advantage, the hands of it here. You see this little tip again. It's the way Gloucester are playing in behind. This is just some of the approach play, and here we see it. Claky George, Develli there, she holds her feet, and Emma Singh does what every good fullback should do in that and give it.
Try's good.
And Nell Metcalf, as she's been picked out for special acclaim from the coaches this season for her all-round game, and we're going to see a woman who's kicking at 89% this season. Drain, another beauty from wide out.
I think for me, this is the X factor of Emma Singh's game. We don't see many goal kickers in the women's game kicking at that level, as we just see this lovely interchange from Gloucester Hartpury. And I think it's what she can make a USP, you know. Generally for England, both fly halves, goal kick. But when you're kicking at nearly 90% and you're nailing them from the touchline, John Mitchell's got to be having a look at that. And how did he get her in?
A maximum 7 within the first 7 for the reigning champions, and just after we'd lauded Emma Singh's right boot, she slices one, but still manages to take it to the 10.
Yeah, she sliced it, but still hit it 30 metres. I'd take that on a slice.
Yeah, we'll get them to come up. You stay where you are. We'll get them to come up. There we go.
Pressure on Catherine Tredder. Really, her set piece has been one of her strengths all her career, but doesn't seem to be functioning sweetly. But it's eagle to eagle as Aliv Kelter gets her first carry of the match. Good pick-up. Ball kind of died at the feet and coughed up on the floor, but there was some illegal activity down there.
Can you watch, because she just kicked it away? Oh, yeah.
Tackle, tackle complete, release first. Come back to me, mate.
It's a good carry here, isn't it, by Loughborough? Just trying to move. You see they're ripped in the tackle. I think she's on the ground. You can't do that. She's got to be on her feet for you to rip that ball.
Well, Lily Ives Campion is calling these, and she's the main target. No one's claimed more of their own ball than Ives Campion, and this time it's the captain, Hibbert Jones, who has her pocket picked in the skies.
No advantage, knock on the line out.
Sam Monaghan was immense there, wasn't she? She's got the most line-out steals in PWR, and there you can see why she was. If you just watch her there, she goes up. She's well lifted right in front, and it's so hard for Daisy Hibbert-Jones there when the jumper's coming up in front of you. It's a great bit of line-out defence.
Really
Do you know who's level with her on line-out steals? Is May Campbell.
Oh, I didn't...
Yeah, it's something that's happening in the game because they're at the tail. So for overthrows, they get credited because I think there's someone in the men's Premiership who's also top of the rank. I think it's George McGuigan of Newcastle.
You would thrive on that as a hooker, wouldn't you? Coming to your line-out meeting on Monday morning to be like, hey, second rows.
Bind.
I throw them, I steal them.
What exactly are you guys doing in this partnership?
Well, here we go, Loughborough Lightning. This is how they like to attack, with tempo. Had disorganised defences, and it's a good carry from Anne Young to get a bit of front foot momentum. Real quick blitz from O'Dowd, just shuts off the options outside. Latui picks off a defender one-on-one, but then some help arrives round the corner. Lightning building. Maud to Nelson. Again, looked like that may have been popped forward, and the crowbars are out from Gloucester Hartpury. As Carmela Morale wrestles her way to the deck. Latui. So many big impacts so far. Sangapolu, another woman not afraid of an impact. A double hit to take down the USA international. Now Lightning's turn to try and bludgeon their way to the try line. Sangapolu knows her way to the try line. Hibbert Jones, the recently re-signed captain, to take them to within a metre. Oh, just as it's on a plate. Maud knocks on, but there was the insurance policy.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you look at that, and I think Nathan Smith will have his head in his hands. Only forwards were doing a great job there. Some great carries. Young, Brody was in there, but just these are the moments that are going to count, because what we do know about Loughborough is they don't have as many entries into the 22 as Gloucester, so when they get them, they've got to take some points here.
Well, late shift, all of Gloucester Hartpury offside as they dart early. Doesn't look like there's any advantage coming their way, and maybe fortunately they spilt the ball backwards, so they rebuild from further out, staying on their feet, pumping the pistons. Matching Gloucester Hartpury for physicality in these opening salvos. Hibbert Jones goes close again.
You let go of it. You had to go with it. No. Step. Good work.
Brody denied. Held up. Oh no! Brilliantly wrestled to the floor. Loughborough Lightning bringing the power game and dishing Gloucester Hartpury a taste of their own medicine.
Just one step here, thank you.
I mean, they didn't get this bit right, did they? But it goes backwards, and then fair play to Loughborough. They get back into space, they get back into their patterns. Big girls work hard, and you see here, I thought on this next one, I think it's Brock, isn't it? I thought she'd done a really good job of getting underneath it, but it's just the body management there. Manages to roll off her, get the ball down. Really good finish.
That's 15 seconds now.
Well, Rachel Ericke wearing 6 today. We've seen her in the second row much of the season since her debut in a win against Sale in round 2.
And I thought we could have been friends, but it's looking unlikely.
Sorry to bring that up, Katie. And Helen Nelson, from pretty much the same position with which she drew the match late in the day against Trailfinders 6 weeks ago, slots the extras, and we're at 7s after 14.
I don't think she's kicking off.
We've definitely got a game on our hands, haven't we? Like, both teams here have come to play, but also true to how they want to play. I think the way Loughborough are matching that physicality of Gloucester is pretty impressive, because I thought once they're getting there, maybe you'd want to use the likes of Kelter, Morale in your centres, actually, but quite happy to keep it in their forwards.
Skips through. And Emma Singh can build a counter from within her own half. Beautiful balance and pace. It's a big frame as well to handle in the tackle. O'Dowd really prominent. It's a beautiful ball fizzed across the face. Maud Muir apprehended though by Treader and co. Shekels filling in that 12 jersey with Tatiana Hurd still not quite back to action. We saw her going through some agility out on the park before the game, and there's too much pressure on the pass, and Loughborough have it in transition. Maud to Sangapolu, ball just dies at the toes of Nelson, and the chance gone.
First knock on here by Gloucester.
And this, for me, is where I think Loughborough have to come to light there. That opportunity to play counter-attack when Gloucester have been loose with possession. At the moment, they're slowing it, they're trying to get organised, but they're letting Gloucester get set. Just need to get hands on ball, try and find some space.
Okay, a bit more space on Bind, then we meet in the middle.
Katie, do you think that's maybe a factor of their evolution in other departments? Because previously, you think about Lightning, you think about width, pace, adventure, but they've added this physicality. And they've got a pretty advanced kicking game as well, and so maybe slightly more blunted in that transitional jouet way.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, the thing that I suppose you think about on counter-attack and from turnover is where space is. Generally, space is probably always going to be in your backfield. So why, for me, if Helen Nelson needs to demand that, demand it, send it, get on your feet and go press.
Liz Maud fishes the ball out. And Nelson hits a beauty. A stunning 50-22 to send her team into position A.
That's what I was talking about. Well done, Nelly. That's a great kick, isn't it, though? Centre field scrum, brilliant. Wingers had to come up. So, and then all you have to judge as a fly half is can you beat it to the space? Excellent execution from Helen Nelson there.
She's key for Scotland in the Rugby World Cup. Played every minute, bar 8 of them against Canada. And she is really marshalling this Loughborough attack. That's an exceptional pickup from Latui. Does stutter her steps. It doesn't make the dent that she's used to, but they're still big teammates flying round the corner. Ives Campion, little isolated in taking that, but stays on her feet. And then support arrives. Talia Brody. Ooh, big collision. Lightning on the swerve. Morale dishing it to Matai Tonga.
Tackle!
They're looking threatening. The Tui receives another fizz ball. 2 Gloucester Hartpury defenders on her every time. Hibbert Jones has had a lively start. And now the try scorer, Eriki. Maud just offering a bit of danger around the fringes, but seeing the ball dislodged.
And this for me as well, Lisa Maud has to be better there. You know, your forwards have worked really hard. Your approach, you don't need to panic there. To keep the ball in hand, keep going through your plays. They were making ground. And I think just probably just getting a little bit eager at times there. Just needs to continue. This is, again, what a pickup for Latui there. Literally, this girl is banging people. She's carrying. The amount of work she's getting in through is outstanding. But Loughborough, again, just need to settle there.
Liz Maud, she's got a huge amount of responsibility with Leah Brebner-Holden and Megan Davey. They're out for a couple of months. We've got Ava Kelly on the bench, who's playing Buck Super Rugby at the moment. She's in line for a debut today. And Liz Maud, she's come from 7, so she's kind of acclimatising to 15s as well.
Yeah, look, 100%. I think Loughborough, like you've just touched on there, have a bit of an injury crisis in that 9 shirt. Just for her, like, she's a good player. She's been capped by England in the 20s, you know, potential. So it's just allowing her to get ahead of, because one of the bright sparks of our play is this way she darts around the breakdown. But it's just making sure that you don't force the offload. You can carry there. Let's just let your forwards go again.
Let's go. Time back on.
Let's go. Let's go. Are you still? Second. Hold that. Second. Wing on the inside.
Crouch.
Let's go. You.
What's going on? What's going on? Okay, let's make sure we wait. We talked about patience. Let's wait till we call that. Otherwise, keep your hands to yourself. Let's go, please.
Second in.
Crouch. Bind. set.
1, 2, 3.
Advantage. Not driving straight.
Well, from a messy scrum came a promising break. Jade Shackles leading the charge, but back to the penalty we go.
It was a very, very dominant scrum that from Gloucester, wasn't it? In that there'd been a little bit of pressure there from Loughborough, and actually just to be able to do that, to flick that switch. We talk about what this winning mentality, but for me, these are the components that make them so dominant. Their ability to be under pressure, but then your scrum switches on, penalty, and you're back in your opposition's half.
No compete.
Off the top, Claky George has to stoop, and Shackles just smuggles Sarah Beckett through a hole. Gloucester Hartpury on the front foot. Few numbers here. Emma Singh, one of them. A face full of fen for Bo Westcombe-Evans. Lightning scrambling, all offside. Stratford ships it to Brock. The back row in unison. By Dowd, thundered into by Brody and Sangapolu. Beautiful hands. It's not if, it's who will score, and it's Metcalf for a double. Carbon copy to the first. Brutality from the pack. Crisp hands from the backs. Metcalf with the finishing touch.
I love smuggles. That's my favourite thing you've said today is smuggles. It starts from the first phase, though, here at the line. Lovely little tip. Nobody's even seen Sarah Beckett, and then they're playing on. They're how quickly into shape. Look at that back line. Depth. Everybody's running straight, running at shoulders there. And this fen from Emma Singh, Bo Westcombe-Evans will not want to watch that again. And again, you just look at how quickly they fold into shape. It just looks effortless for them. And when Gloucester Hartpury play well, Nell Metcalf runs in untouched. It really is beautiful to watch.
A rare miss from Emma Singh, but Gloucester back into the lead.
Second try of the match from our number 11, Nell Metcalf.
Well, there we go, Katie, the man who is locked in till the next World Cup, and a number of players out there who will want to catch his eye today.
100%. I think there'll be some players there who are really want to put their hand up. Emma Singh, that we know. Latui, you know, will she get an early cap in the Six Nations? I know she's eligible to play for a couple of countries. So it's really interesting when you know the head coach is in the stands, and whether that raises performance as well.
Right, Claire Thomas, you have someone interesting to talk to.
First loss forward.
Great work, great help.
For us, it'll just be a challenge of us trying to keep them out there.
They are extraordinary at conjuring up those entries, those visits, that territory. How well are you stymieing them, and what needs to be done better?
Yeah, I think we just need to bar up a little bit in that front line defence first. Like, ideally, nothing comes through that middle if we're pushing them out to edges to score. Like, you know, let them score the worldies out there, but nothing comes through the middle. So little bits to shore up, but please where the girls' physicality is. Like I said, we've pushed them pretty hard over January. So yeah, it'd be nice to see if they can put some of that up against the circus.
Thank you so much for your time, Rachel. Good luck with the rest of this one.
Thank you very much.
Well, Mo Hunt's kind enough to point out to Hamish Grant what was going wrong there, and she gets the call that she desired.
She also would have been commentating through it as well. Poor Hamish Grant today.
Claykey George goes big, and Helen Nelson almost makes her pay. But that is a big chunk of the touchline chewed off from the right boot of the Welsh woman.
Is it? And Rachel Taylor touched on it there about this parity at set piece. You know, we're standing up here watching line-outs, and it looks a little bit like a lottery. And Gloucester have got the dominance in the scrum as well. So Loughborough Lightning have got a couple of fixes to make.
There you are, Katie, the commentator curse.
I'm really good at that.
Oh, Latui just put a bit too much pressure on Brodie. And fortunately for Loughborough, there was the initial knock-on. And it's another scrum after that obliteration up there in the Gloucester Hartpury 22.
You said fortunately, they might be thinking unfortunately.
Keep that space, let's not mess around on bind, please, okay? Hands to yourself till we call bind.
May Sangapolu, who's in there at tight head, she's spoken of how much she's learning from Nathan Smith around her set-piece game. It's a big area that she is investing in to be a more complete prop. I mean, round the park, she's devastating. And up against Neve Dowd, who was, well, she's really grasped her opportunity, having been actually intended to start from the bench today. But you just can hear Loughborough beginning to creak. And nothing gets Queen's Home going like a dominant scrum.
It is tough there, isn't it? Because Loughborough win their own ball, but they've got to get it out there. And whether you look at that to maybe a bit of naivety as well, like, can they get that straight back into 8 hands and get her away, rather than letting it get stuck in between the feet of those second rows?
But it's another 22 entry off the back of it.
So dominant, isn't it? You just saw it there, just started to pause, just couldn't get it back.
To the tail, Gloucester Hartpury go, and it is the prime position for their weapon of choice when it comes to scoring Premiership tries. A driven maul, wedged defiantly by the Lightning pack, and then Shekels colliding into Nelson. A real tussle for dominance. Brock, hungry for contact, gets her legs taken away by a head in the spokes tackle from Treader. Bit of carnage in the midfield as Hunt dictates the tempo, drifted over the top, Metcalf on for a hat-trick, but denied at the last gasp. Now the arrival of Else, lost backwards, and O'Dowd scoops up the loose ball. Monaghan just exploding off the balls of her feet there. Brock in for more. 3 Lightning defenders deployed to apprehend her. O'Dowd careering round the corner. Claykey George wants it. Claykey George is creating. Shekels is bursting, but Shekels is shackled. Now for Stratford, route 1. Shekels looking to go again, carried across the line, then slammed back to whence she came. Monaghan.
Advantage, we come back here, offside.
The penalty advantage will be cashed in by Gloucester Hartpury.
Offside.
Katie, we had to tip our hats to the Loughborough Lightning defence, because we've spoken about how ruthless Gloucester Hartpury are with their red zone efficiency this season. They're coming under wave after wave of attack, and to this point, only conceding twice.
Yeah, 100%. Again, just alluding to what Rachel Taylor said in that interview, they don't want to be broken down the middle, and I think the intensity, there's double man hits, they're having to match fire with fire. You think Sarah Beckett, Maureen Weir, Zoe Stratford, Sam Monaghan are just getting met by these double shots, and I think from a defensive coach element, she'll be really pleased with that. Look, you can't defend all areas, but if they're forcing Gloucester Hartpury into those wide channels, that is a win for Lightning.
Speaking of difficult areas to defend, it doesn't get much harder than a midfield scrum.
It really doesn't. On your sticks, where you've got nowhere to go defensively, I think Loughborough here are just going to have to come hard and really pressure the skills.
Stratford controlling at the back.
Over, so we can't play on.
Hunt head on a swivel, but you'd imagine this will go back into a scrum.
It's smart management, isn't it? Because everybody at home was probably screaming at Mo Hunt to tap that and go. But you think from a game management, Loughborough Lightning scrum is really under pressure here in the 22. Second penalty potentially forces the referee into a yellow card decision. So smart game management by Gloucester Hartpury.
And they're in Technicolor as well. 3 scrum penalties to the none of Loughborough.
Bind.
And this little rugby mad pocket of Gloucestershire, well, the whole county is rugby mad, but just beginning to roar, putting their voices behind the pack. And a penalty to boot. Singh, first receiver, Metcalf, hat-trick time! She just hasn't missed all afternoon. Looming large with intent on the left edge. Nell Metcalf bags herself a first half hat-trick at Queensholme.
I don't think we'll see an easier hat-trick there, you know. Emma Singh, I think 3 assists as well. But just a lovely little out. She gets Matayonga into an issue where she can't go and get a defender. She has to come in because she chases that inside shoulder. You can see it. She just wants a little bite from the winger. And Nell Metcalf, it's just really easy. I think as well, Loughborough are lucky there not to get a card again. You know, scrum's gone down, arm's gone out. Yes, Mo Hunt's played it, but probably one Loughborough will be quite happy for that to get out of their own 22 and get away from the scrum.
Emma Singh nixes the kick before from her mind and goes back to what she's been doing all season, training them.
It's so hard to defend that with no space behind you because ideally you want to back off, but in that instance Kelter and Matayonga couldn't do a lot about it.
Dan Murphy enjoying what he was seeing there. It's been the talk of evolution, not revolution, for this richly talented group of women that he inherited from Sean Lynn. Latui, look at that offload. Now Loughborough playing a little bit and asking some different questions of the Gloucester Hartpury defence. Carmela Morale gets her hands free, just needed a runner either side on the same wavelength. She was in that under-21 England camp. The way she's been playing, you wouldn't rule out her being in contention for more senior honours. Kelter almost picked off, and Loughborough will take that line out after seeing it slip through Mia Werner's fingertips.
Better from Loughborough that as well, a bit more ingenuity in the way they're playing. You know, we've seen them battering around, but there we've got a little bit more. But you see this young girl there, 19, and that little offload out the back. She doesn't look out of place, does she? Sometimes when people start to talk about you, players go inside their shell, but she is thriving for Loughborough at the moment.
Right, Sarah Hunter, you have got a little bit about how impressed you are with Gloucester Hartpury's power.
Efficiency in red zone, and for me it comes from the pack of that carry after carry, and Nell Metcalf has obviously got the hat-trick and been on the end of such success of the power pack going, the dog work going forward and sucking the Lightning defence in to create that space out wide, and equally at set piece time, whether it be putting pressure on in the line out or at scrum time, you know, they're, as cliche as it is, they're setting the platform for these backs to play off, and you know, a really impressive start from Gloucester Hartpury in this area.
Make sure we go up and down.
A forward would say that, wouldn't you? Backs go well, and it's always the forwards.
Best make sure we go up and down, please, not across.
Well, 5.5 minutes remaining of the half. It's been one that has seen Loughborough on the back foot in securing their own ball from various set pieces, but this time it's like clockwork. And now Morale gets drawn in. Kelter slid through a hole, offloads to Bo Westcombe Evans. A searing break, so close. And then Emma Singh's arms arch over. And for all the points she plunders from the tee out wide, that's just saved at least 5 on her try line.
It's a great bit of D, but it just shows what Loughborough can do when they get that set piece right. It's a lovely play. Kelter gets at arms free, but that lady on your screen, you know, she's scoring them, she's assisting them. And here, we see it here, look, it's a really strong carry. She gets her hands free, and you think, nobody's going to catch Bo Westcombe Evans. It's a great bit of play, isn't it? She uses that momentum there, slides with the tackle, gets back over the ball. Great play, Emma Singh.
Katie, how much pressure is she putting on Ellie Kildun for the England 15 jersey? We're not afraid of the big questions here.
Well, no, you know what it is? I was thinking it's interesting because they're so different. I think Emma Singh is more of your traditional fullback, you know. She kicks well, she defends well. Ellie, yes, has so much X factor, but I think she is. I think Emma Singh's seen an opportunity here, you know, and she's after Ellie's shirt. So it's good because there's no pressure on her, right? You can go thrive. Gloucester are going well. If I was Ellie Kildun, I would be kind of having a little look at the moment.
Loughborough Lightning thwarted moments ago, inches from the Gloucester Hartpury line, and here they are now building on their own 10, but Morale has carved out a bit of space, and Kelter loves to run at holes and people in equal measure. Dragging cherry and white jerseys with her deep into the Gloucester Hartpury half. Late tip from Latui. There's the deftness of handling that she offers as well. And a penalty and another opportunity to probe deep into the Gloucester Hartpury 22 at the end of this half.
I know we keep referencing Latui, but I just think as well, the way she is playing, it just has a maturity about it as well. You know, she carries, but she's carried so much. Now we're getting to see a little tip. And just as a player, it's hard. This is a lovely switch. And like you say, Kelter loves both, doesn't she? She loves space, but she also really loves running into people. So strong. And this is the little Latui tip. just you see that. It's got 2 players coming towards her, and just a little sleight of hand. Really experienced play.
The mechanics of the line out fail Lightning once more, and Maud Muir gets herself a line out steal statistic as the tail gunner. Westcombe Evans, she's looked lively, hasn't she, when given space, and she's arced round to provide herself some, but the pass can't find Kelter.
It's tough watch, isn't it? You know, Lightning, 30 seconds are in Gloucester Hartpury's 22, overthrow, and they're back deep inside their own half. And I'm sure these are going to be things that Nathan Smith and his coaching team are talking about at half-time that they've got to try and sort out.
But will he be saying, we're only 12 points down here and we haven't played to the peak of our powers?
No, Nathan Smith, no. I think he'll be going some tough conversations.
No sugarcoating there either.
Thanks, Emma.
Oh, Beckett. A trademark behemoth carry. And Singh,
just hold that in case.
Pretty error-free all match. She is
no advantage. 4 thrown
putting her hand up in front of John Mitchell.
The other thing on the Emma Singh Ellie Kildun battle is post the World Cup, like, we know how good Ellie is. We've seen it, like, an all accolade she's had. It's a really good opportunity just to give Emma Singh a bit more time as well. Like, can you get her back in that 15 shirt? What can you do? Given the form she's producing for club, can she go and produce it in an international jersey?
With Abby Dow retiring, does it open the conversation for both of them to be included in that back three?
100%, and I think, like we've touched on, the other thing she brings defensively, her goal kicking. You see John Mitchell, I think, is that talking to Tatiana Hurd there? She's just saying, hey John, remember me?
Hey, pick me.
But yeah, like you say, it's a really interesting point. Jess Breach, Claudia MacDonald in that mix as well. You'd always have somebody on the bench, so versatility is key, right?
One last attack for Lightning to defend, I was going to say, but it's Gloucester Hartpury who fluffed their line-out lines. And that'll be a relief as we tick to the last 30 seconds. And Loughborough, from this position, will be looking to enter the changing rooms unscathed from this point.
Again, yeah. Let's go now, tips. Second! Let's go.
Crouch.
Anne Young, Catherine Tredder, and May Sangapolu
Bind.
to steal themselves once more
Set.
against this powerful Gloucester Hartpury scrum.
It just comes sideways.
Ball
Balls out, play on.
squirts free. Mo Hunt links up with her business partner. Lining get the turnover, and that is a huge moment for them.
That is time. Yeah, if you want to, you tap it first.
Nelson confers with her captain, and she says, that'll do for now. Nell Metcalfe has stolen the show with a first half hat-trick to put the reigning champions in the box seat. Emma Singh has had a significant hand in the good deeds of Gloucester Hartpury, and for that, it is why they lead Loughborough Lightning 19 points to 7 at half-time. Thank you, Sarah. Everyone warming themselves out on pretty perfect afternoon for a bit of running rugby. And the running rugby is something, Katie, that maybe has evaded Loughborough Lightning in that first half. They've shown glimpses of that quality that they've got out wide, but the cohesion hasn't quite clicked so far, would you say?
No, you're right, it hasn't. And I think some of that is to do with the set piece. It's really difficult to launch when you're not getting consistent set piece. But, you know, we've seen Beau Westcombe-Evans. She looks so dangerous when she gets ball in hand. Kelter as well in that space, getting in behind. So I think from a Loughborough perspective, more of that. When they're getting their entries, they need to make sure they're going to capitalise, because they're still in this game. It's a 2-score game.
Isla Curfey taking to the field in place of Anne Young for the second half. Beat 6 defenders when she played Gloucester Hartpury in 2024. Nathan Smith is hoping for a bit of that in this second half, with a 12-point deficit to overcome, but 40 minutes of PWR round 9 action to do it in. Kelter uncompromising in the carry. That's why she is top of the defenders beaten charts, and there's a bit of zip to Loughborough Lightning at the start of this second half. Oldcroft, Stratford getting the hit in, and Latui reintroducing herself to cherry and white shoulders. Morale takes it to the line, brings in Lucia Scott, once of this parish, of course, coming through the university pathway. So many players in the league with the DNA of Hartpury upon them. Helen Nelson travels back into some heavy, big tackling traffic. Brodie, lovely ball inside to Curfey, who transfers it into the grip of Lily Eyes Campion, striding through, offloads to Curfey. Liquid rugby from Lightning. Oh, but an unbelievable turnover with Georgia Brock at the bottom of the heap. Off goes Mo Hunt. She's the only one who spotted the space. Mia Venner is arriving on the scene, but Beau Westcombe-Evans weaves past the scrum half, gets caught by Venner. Another end-to-end, breathless start to a half.
Carry back. Just hold.
And Nelson into the stride of Singh, who's only going one way, and that is into the Loughborough line, pirouetting from the claws of Sangapolu. Hit comes in. Now Metcalf, 3 to her name, fancies a 4th, gets dragged down. Matai Tonga, a sensational turnover, and just flipped fortuitously into African Violet hands. Oh, there's a bit of confusion, and Latui knocked on. And now Shekels will back her skills, back her feet.
No advantage.
But the ball slips from her fingers.
Personal combat, Loughborough.
Wowzers! I forgot I was commentating there, was just watching. 2.5 minutes, isn't it, of just end-to-end play. Both teams have come out the blocks firing again. You see this quick tap from Mohan, it's what she does so well. Head up, kicks it. She probably then realises she's got 80 metres to run and just starts to ease. But great work, I think, from Mia Venner there. Just comes with it. And then Loughborough Lightning again into some shape. But this bit is the bit that is probably causing Loughborough the most problems, isn't it? They've got to exit. I think Jay Shekels does the right thing, but again, it's just that. What happens under fatigue when ball's been in play and you've got end-to-end. Big moment for Loughborough Lightning, though. They need to exit here.
Set, then we go forward both sides. Crouch.
Well, there you see the level of efficiency that Gloucester Hartpury are bringing, 3 times the rewards to their entries.
Yeah, it's that 50% stat, isn't it? You know, you look on the flip of that, Loughborough 7 points, not as many.
Stay around.
Shekels has a bit of work to do, spots some space. Matai Tonga cuts it off.
Not driving straight. Daisy,
And
that's
it's not just a penalty, it is a warning for Daisy
Number 17
Hibbert-Jones.
stepped out and around.
Do they scrummage again here, or do they go to the line out?
Well, we've played nearly 44 minutes of rugby at Queensholme, and we're yet to see a mauled try from Gloucester Hartpury.
Why would you say such a thing? I was having a really nice day. Had some lovely winger tries, and here he goes with his mauled try wish.
Sarah Hunter waiting in the wings to analyse what potentially may come from this claim. There is an ominous inevitability about the rushing current of red to Loughborough's line. Death, taxes, and Gloucester Hartpury scoring driven mauled tries.
You should put the lottery on after this. Look, it's what we know they're so good at. They're so dominant in that area. You know, Loughborough tried to change the picture at scrum, hasn't worked, ended up giving that penalty, and then they're just so well organised. It's easy to the front, but look how quickly they're set. Probably potentially height a bit lower, but once they get going, Loughborough can't do anything about it. Daisy Hipper-Jones spins out, and then it's an easy finish, isn't it? But they're just so well drilled at this.
Well, it's her first try since she bagged a brace here against Saracens in round one, Kelsey Jones. So back in the points. And Emma Singh unable to maximise it on this occasion, but real daylight for the home side to enjoy now on the scoreboard.
Just an easy ride at the back, isn't it? I'm sure she is trying, but it looks easy from up here. Don't tell her I said that, actually.
Well, it brings up a 17th consecutive bonus points try-scoring performance from Gloucester Hartpury. They are filling their boots, and that perfect season is looking like it may just continue in flawless fashion on this Sunday afternoon, returning after this agonising hiatus. Speaking of agonising, that tackle was fully felt by Haile Lutui. But Lightning and Nelson continue to build. The offload out of the tackle. Sangapolu there gets enveloped by a couple of cherry and white tacklers. Oh, the gaps were opening up, but Matai Tonga maybe targeted the wrong hole. That's interesting, but it's sat up perfectly for Singh.
No, it didn't lift the ball.
And Lightning will be relieved that Alib Kalter was laying in wait.
There it goes.
Well, no pressure on Claky George. She can pick her spot, and she partially splits the backfield. Oh my goodness. That is going to be an uncomfortable rewatch in the analysis session.
You need to clearly lift the ball. Two sub.
It's a tough watch, that, isn't it? And miscommunication.
Lucy Simpson bounds on for the try scorer Kelsey Jones. That's not a bad final act from the Welsh woman. And Lucy Simpson is going to have fond memories of this fixture. A try and player of the match performance against Lightning just over a year ago for the young hooker who was involved in that England under-21s training camp up at Loughborough, funnily enough.
Crouch.
A rich vein of young talent coming through the England pathways.
Quite a few of them on show for both these teams today, isn't it? Like you say, Tui been into Red Roses camp, Simpson in there. Great to see.
Stratford to Hunt to Singh. Singh so tricky to drag down. Beckett arriving like a bulldozer. Gets battered back at the second hit. Brock, Been very, very busy. The Gloucester Hartpury open side. Stratford. Hunt again. Claky George inside. It was begging to be scored by Venner. But ricocheting off her chest.
Okay, you took. Good.
And Loughborough live to fight another day. Sangapolu just looking to set up a bit of field position. And, well, Alif Kelter, she always packs her feet in physicality, doesn't she?
Thank you.
And Nelson now back into position.
Advantage over.
And delivers a moment's respite.
Six and 7, sub. That's all right, yeah, we need to get a contact lens for number 3.
Well, some Loughborough changes.
Time off, Emma.
The try scorer, Rachel Ericke, is being replaced by number 19, Kea Acton, a Loughborough Lightning debut. For Kea Acton,
right, yeah.
who...
I did try and put it back, but then I saw it blow up in the
Well, I beg your pardon. She looks like she's coming on for Talia Brody, in fact. And... Kea Acton, yeah, she had a bit of injury trouble a couple years ago, went away. She put on 15 kilos of good size, I've been told. And has really performed in the Bucks Super Rugby programme that is thriving under the stewardship of Matt Campbell, here on for a debut. And then another product of that pathway, Kendall Wardby, wearing 21. She's on for Talia Brody, I beg your pardon. Last year's breakthrough player of the season, and, well, she's probably a hooker injury away from filling in that void as well, because she covers both positions, and they're in a bit of injury strife at the moment, Loughborough Lightning, but she is a fabulous player, particularly over the ball, Kendall Wardby.
I'm still amazed at 15 kilos of good weight. I could do 15 kilos of bad weight, but I mean, it's impressive, isn't it? These athletes.
I have done.
Recently.
Shekels injected into the line, and dragging Lightning defenders along with her. Stratford, direct, abrasive. What a pickup. Died on the tiptoes, but still there for Gloucester Hartpury. Brock. Steph Else, gets hit hard and high by Ives Campion, who gets her tentacles round that ball. It's a brilliant rip, and Kelter just manages to offload, juggles it to herself, but there's no room for Lucia Scott to work with.
No, it's tough, isn't it? Great, again, defensive spec by Loughborough there. Really causing and pushing Gloucester hard in that 22. You see it here, great contact. Steph Else, Lily Ives Campion does a great job. Steph Else looking for that offload, but Ives Campion, and it's just hard, isn't it? Because you want, in that moment, probably Kelter just to carry, set up a platform, let Helen Nelson get them out that 22.
Sack one player, sack good. Okay, advantage.
Maud Muir thinks about passing. And then
Did she?
Then says, actually, I'm just going to run real hard into you. Shekels, plenty of touches. Venner rips it off the right. One over the top. Metcalf bouncing around. Meets the might of Kelter and Morale. Two uncompromising tacklers. O'Dowd gets the hands free to Brock. Scampering through to the 5. But with that for the penalty.
Yeah, it was.
Some great closing there by Scott on the edge there. You know, Gloucester looks so comfortable going to the edge, but she comes high, she comes early, forces Claky George to throw over the top of her. Really good full-back defensive work there.
The sack was good, but the player's taken out early. Didn't get number. George Kim.
A rallying cry on the PA for Queensholme to roar their women to the line once more, and roar they do, and score they will. Georgia Brock, in the thick of everything this afternoon, buried at the bottom of the heap and emerging with a try on the return of the PWR.
It's your favourite kind of try as well, Joe, isn't it? You can see how excited you got there. It's well done as well, isn't it? Zoe Stratford's just going up. They're not even at the top of the lift. And you've seen all those Loughborough forwards of all at the front of the line now. Ball's gone over them. They can't get set, can't stop it. It is so dominant, so quick. And an easy try for Georgia Brock there, right through the middle.
Well, I mentioned before, returning after a broken eye socket.
Nasty, nasty.
There's a few injuries you can imagine being more painful. As Emma Singh inflicts a bit more scoreboard pain on Lightning. Another pair of points to the Gloucester Hartpury fullback, and the champions leading the Lightning 31 points to 7. Well, a bit of green grass found, and well, that's how you find field position. Hi, Claire Thomas, I believe you've got a try scorer with you.
I do indeed. Kelsey Jones, this is going all right, isn't it? The stats promised that this one would be physical. Did it feel like that out there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Loughborough is such a physical team up front and in the backs with Alev Kelter and things like that. So we knew it'd be a tough game today, and they're really taking into us. So, yeah, good game.
The stats also suggested that their set piece was there to be shot at, and you have dismembered their line-out and scrum. Was that a focus in the week?
Absolutely. A big focus this week was for us. So obviously, teams have had such a long break, so for us it was more just getting our mojo back. And, yeah, like you said today, I feel like we're doing it, you know, a big threat, like you said, now. So I hope we can defend this one. But it has been a big focus for us this week.
Well, Catherine Treader...
Actually not.
I'm so sorry, that's on me for asking you all about how well your line-out was going. Catherine Treader is some athlete. I mean, it's a big pack, the Loughborough pack. It's a young pack. There are some real talents in it.
Absolutely, and coming off the bench as well. You know, they got strength throughout, but we pride ourselves on that as well. So that's why we knew it was going to be a big battle today, like coming off the bench with impacts on both sides. So, yeah, we got a game on our hands.
Okay, well then one of your other words, final question for you, Kelsey, that I know is floating around these parts at the moment is ruthlessness. It's a real target of yours. So, Loughborough having just scored, wrestled back some momentum, 20 minutes left on the clock. What does ruthlessness look like in practice?
I mean, definitely we don't want them to get back in again. Obviously, we have an opportunity now to send it back to them, and we want to be playing in the right areas of the field. So that's definitely something our leaders will be looking at now, make sure we're playing in the right fields and take the opportunities when they come.
Brilliant. Lovely to chat, and congrats on the meat pie.
Thank you very much.
Well, you just can't keep Claire Thomas off the mic when there's tries to be scored and called, and you can't keep a good side down either. Catherine Treader and Helen Nelson responding with a 7-pointer, and the try bonus point is now certainly within Lightning's sights.
It's a great take, isn't it? But you're exactly right, and I think if you're Loughborough, that's how you frame this now. It's not about Gloucester, it's not about the win, it's about making sure you can take something from this game. Can you get within 7? Can you get 4 tries?
Well, Liz Maud to Treader, who is jolted by the right shoulder of Stratford. Sangapolu, well, skips and scampers and tramples her way to the halfway line. Nelson, Warby, takes 2 to bring her down. And there is renewed vim and vigour about Loughborough Lightning now.
They are, but they're making it really hard for themselves. Look at your screen now, you can't even see the runners. And this is what's making it easier for Gloucester to go and get them. They're so deep, they're so away from the line. Gloucester just go and take metres and metres from them. They've got to flatten up.
Sangapolu picks up off the sacrificial take of Matai Tonga. Nelson want to compete. Warby after it. Metcalf hit hard. Definitely a bit of life being injected into the stadium, both sides of the ball since that Lightning try. Hunt to Stratford. Venner thinks about releasing it, then wisely carries and finds the offload out the top. Metcalf looks so silky, doesn't she? Real elegant runner. And there's pressure on the George kick. O'Dowd, she's had a really impressive game. Glued things together nicely. Gets down and dirty on that occasion. As dirty as one can get on a plastic pitch, as I can see you laughing at me there, Katie. Lismore breaks free and finds Aleph Kelter. Lightning. Oh, Nelson. Just lifts the eyes a beat too soon. And again, it's Niamh O'Dowd applying the pressure and the knock-on coming.
It's hard because that was Loughborough's best approach play. He had a bit of everything, but I thought, like you say, Niamh O'Dowd does that so well. She gets out of the line, into the first receiver's face, just start to capture it out of your peripheral vision and force the error.
So a well-earned rest for Steph Else, who re-signed ahead of this season, and Maud Muir, one of the favourites here at Queen's Home, and certainly for the Red Roses as well, the World Cup winner. So Kate Williams comes on in place of Else, and another Welshwoman in Cecilia Tui-Pelotu deployed. Not a bad bit of firepower to rise from the pine with 20 minutes or so to go.
Miss you back, you got me.
Yeah, thanks, Craig.
Let's go, Isla! Let's go, Isla!
Let's go, Ule. Let's go.
Seconds!
Let's go, Nod.
Seconds in.
Let's go, Ila. Hold it.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
2, 3, live!
Stable. Let's go, let's go.
George dummies the kick initially. She had Emma Singh screaming round her outside, who'd worked hard to create a bit of an overlap. And then it's the mazy running of Lucia Scott. Oh, it's a really troublesome ball to have to scoop up.
Just get the feet underneath you a little bit slippery. You got back up, but we need to start higher. Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold.
Mia Benner looking for work. And Mo Hunt, again, looking to accelerate the attack. They continue to probe to the left. Singh just had a bit of a juggle, found a way to dribble it through. Then it's the footwork of Tatiana Hearn, and Metcalf has a miracle fourth.
We're going back to the scrum panel.
Or does she?
Way back here. Yeah, scrum panel too. She kicked it away from quite big depth.
Well, Metcalf is still feeling the effects of that desperate lunge. Let's take a look at this, Katie.
Yeah, it's a little grubber through, and then I think Shelks gets a foot on it. I'm not even sure why it's not being reviewed. Did she not get a touch? Ooh, I tell you what, it looks closer up here. This might be the angle, Joe.
Who's injured? Oh, fine. They'll check it.
No try. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Thumbs off with Scott Clare being injured.
Done by the Revolutions on that ball.
She was. It looks so close, though, as well. Fair play to her, because she made a great effort to finish that.
Loughborough 2 and 3 subs.
Is there any downward pressure there? Katie, is there a finger now?
It'd have to be slowed down from you, Joe, to make that decision now. There we go. Oh, I don't know, you know. Did she get her fingertips on the edge? I'm surprised he's not watching it, if I'm honest.
Stay with the on-field aim, Miss Crackle.
Yeah, nothing clear and obvious. You could clearly ground it rather than just...
So for once, things don't go the way of Gloucester Hartpury. And it looks like that'll be the final act of Nell Metcalf, who has had a fine afternoon's work, 3 tries, almost a 4th, and it heralds the arrival of Pip Hendy as her replacement, who made a Gloucester Hartpury debut against Lightning just a couple of years ago. The remainder of the Lightning front row have also been replaced. Christine Bilal and Paige Stathalopoulos onto the field. The USA Eagle on for a Lightning debut and in defensive mode straight away. Shekels has really shown up in this second half, challenging that Loughborough Lightning line. Once again, Nevo Dowd dropping on the grenade.
Go on, say it.
Well, Cecilia Tuipulotu, the last woman you want to see running at you when you're feeling fatigued after 62 minutes of full-blooded PWR action. Now the turn. Delavale. Brock meets the might of Aliv Kelter, but fights on determinedly. Monaghan thrust forward.
You've got advantage.
Picked off, and Carmela Morale was away.
It was a long way to go, though, wasn't it?
Please.
She had a good head start, and the prospect of a third try that would really make things interesting.
Is that what the penalty's for? It's a bit unlucky there, I think. Aliv Kelter.
A shout out for the circus. And the ringmaster, Zoe Stratford, takes it. Punt to Stratford. The Mozo connection. The caffeine connection. Powers to the paint. The inevitable try. And Gloucester Hartpury running riot on a Sunday at Queen's Home.
I hope they're paying you for all of these coffee shop name drops. It's a good finish. I thought Georgia Brock did really well. She breaks well. I thought she's strong. But Zoe Stratford, she's just so low, isn't she? She gets her chest under the ball, and Loughborough can't defend it. Player either side there, but low body height, big leg drive, good finish.
Emma Singh doesn't miss, and it's another pair of points, and it's a big score mounting now for the home side. as Leah Green comes on for Lucia Scott for Loughborough Lightning. Tupelotu carrying with gusto.
Hurry back.
And Singh.
Good now.
Kicking with real range. Helen Nelson. Almost finding a way through before finding herself wrapped up by Mia Venner. Still time for Lightning to emerge from their trip southwest with a try bonus. Chloe Westcombe-Evans steps in at half-back. Morale, Latui barrels through. And Maud, oh, the switch was on. Spilled backwards. Leah Green's there, Latui uses her hands to do the talking. And off goes Stathopoulos. Inside ball to Kelter.
Release.
Real menace in the way
Good choice.
She took that on. Again, Maud just offering that danger around the fringes.
She's definitely done that better as well, like just travel laterally and let the runners come onto her as opposed to trying to force it.
Morale.
No! On the floor first.
Almost ghosting through. Nelson. She can't get it beyond this Gloucester Hartpury press at the moment. They've really shut off the edge options, haven't they?
But I also think Loughborough are so deep, it's making it really hard for them to get in behind, get momentum and get front foot ball. It's much easier for Gloucester to defend now when they're so far away.
Well, they're grappling through these metres, but they are making them. As Sarah Beckett is ushered away from the attempted steal. Latui. Morale knocked down by Shekels. And a penalty for Loughborough Lightning to work with. And
well
you can just see the urgency of Liz Maud as well, demanding that ball. She wants to get a move on.
Like you say, though, some of that little tight, short interplay there from Loughborough is much better. Shekels doesn't get a hand in there. Loughborough get to an edge, which they haven't done a lot today, like you say, because Gloucester have just shut them down in the middle. See it there, just like, it's a lovely little tip from Latui, and then they're in behind, but how far away she is, and then Gloucester scramble really, really well, slow the ball down, but it's that little bit there from Morale that's just low. Oh, and here, it's tough, isn't it, because it's in the tackle, so I don't think it's deliberate, but if you're going to put your hand there, you've got to make sure you catch it.
The line out, purring finally, and Kelter roaring forward. Latui just claps her hands, demanding that ball. And she makes meters, as she always does. Bit of venom in the carries now from Loughborough Lightning as they sense a third. Latui once more. In quiet this second half, but coming to life in these closing stages. Cherry and white jerseys being asked to put their shoulder to the wheel, and they infringe going forward early. It's on left. Nelson lifts it into space, but it's a great read from Venner.
Stay.
Maud has really grasped the nettle in this second half. She's dictating terms from the bench, from the base. Lightning so close.
Held up, we come back here.
And the heap of bodies means we come back for the penalty.
Good patience by Loughborough there. Good defensive set by Gloucester Hartpury as well. And I think this is what's been so interesting about this game. When you look at them, they're quite finely matched in this moment. Just set piece not operating has probably been the biggest difference in how clinical Gloucester have been here, especially when they get into Loughborough's 22.
Carrying in bunches. They look to make a dent. And Gloucester Hartpury got to be careful now. Hibbert Jones slammed back.
Lifted.
Warby still looking to advance on.
Knock on. Back over here. Right, just wait. We've got an offside, then not rolling under pressure. Okay, no more down here, please. Not rolling away.
There you go. Mo Hunt and Gloucester Hartpury put on notice as the heavens
Back on, just make us on the 5.
have opened. They're hemorrhaging. Christine Bilal, recently retired from international rugby, but still with plenty of the shunt and grunt. It's a messy presentation. Latui licks her lips from 5 metres out. Kelter backs herself. Kelter for the line. Lightning have their third. And they're in bonus point territory. And they sense there could be more than crumbs of comfort to take from Queensholme. There could be a precious match point in the quest for the playoffs.
100%. These points are going to be really, really huge once we get to the back end of this half. But, you know, Latui was brilliant, Belial, but this girl, Albert Kelter, is so good at this. The way she just footwork, in, out, boom, beats forward defender, stretch, finish. So good.
Slides wide of the right upright, so no extras for Helen Nelson, but there is extras for us because we're going to hear from Sarah Hunter, who's with the new England backs coach, Emily Skaz-Scarrett.
Yeah, you're right. I'm here with Emily Skaz-Scarrett. Before we get to that, she's in obviously a Lightning capacity today. Just your thoughts on the second half and obviously Lightning staying in the fight for this bonus point.
Yeah, really pleased obviously how we came out second half. We just felt we weren't really at it first half. It was a bit of a lack of energy, didn't necessarily back ourselves in how we wanted to play the game, and I think it showed obviously some errors that, you know, really stunned what you're trying to do. Whereas second half we look like we've had a bit of a reinvigoration, a bit more energy. Obviously Gloucester are playing well, aren't they? They're absolutely stacked with so many quality players. It was always going to be really tough, but as you say, we're really in the fight for the bonus point, and that'll be, you know, really important for us, hopefully, as we head towards the end of this game.
Yeah, hopefully they can come and get the final try to get that 4-point bonus point. Now, switching to the news we heard in the week about you joining, I guess, John and myself. John's here in the coaching box. Give us a little bit more about that and your thoughts about it.
Yeah, I'm joining you on the dark side. Yeah, look, obviously an amazing opportunity. You know what that environment is like. Obviously, I've been very involved in it on one side of it. It's going to be completely different to be on the other side of it. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, I get an opportunity during a Six Nations campaign. I always love the Six Nations as a time of year. It's an amazing time of year. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. I've got Joe Yap, who has got unbelievable experience, really going to help mentor me throughout that process. So, yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. I'm just looking forward to being out there with the girls on the grass, to be honest. Have to pull myself back from joining in all the drills, I think. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, well, we're looking forward to having joined it, and I'm sure you'll do an amazing job. But we'll let you get back to your job at hand, which is ensuring Lightning get that bonus point try.
Well, shout out to one of TNT's own right there, Skaz on landing the new role. Katie, Sarah's been there longer. Does that make Sarah her boss?
I really hope so. If not, let's just run with it. Sarah Hunter's now Emily Scarrett's boss, everybody.
Few replacements here for Lightning with Becky Boyd and Ava Kelly. She's on for a Lightning debut as well, the young Irish scrum half from Tullamore. Mo Hunt has made way amongst all of that as well. And Katie, we need to address your Built for Athletes player of the match, runners and riders, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be no guesses for a couple of them. If I'm honest, you know, Emma Singh, I think, has been brilliant. Nell Metcalf bags a hat-trick as well. As we just watch this bit, hang on, I got excited, Joe.
Well, Gloucester Hartpury turning the screw, and Sian Jones taking up the mantle from Mo Hunt in a deluge of West Country rain.
Everyone on your feet, please. Step, step, 15 step. Advantage.
Advantage for Gloucester Hartpury, who look for the edge. They look for Venner. He barely makes a splash, dancing through with those light feet of hers. Sarah Beckett is a far more direct force of nature. Monaghan, so much desire. Shekels caught in possession, really important hit from Matai Tonga, but she can't prevent the inevitable. Pip Hendy in for her first try of the season.
Gloucester Hartpury just doing Gloucester Hartpury things, weren't they there? You know, like you say, the rain is really coming down. That ball has got really slippy, but it still looks so comfortable. Lizzie Goulden gone to 10. You think here it's broken down. Jade Shekels caught in possession, but again, it's a lovely little straight in there and a nice little finish from Pip Hendy. The ball just sits up, isn't it? Mia Venner, a little assist. Diwali as well, and Pip Hendy runs in. Basic skill is really good from Gloucester.
In off the post. They all count. And it's another fine bit of scoring from the tee. And now we're going to do a deep dive into your runners and riders for the Built for Athletes player of the match.
Yeah, we were just a little tease before, wasn't it? There, look, I think Latui's been brilliant for Loughborough, let's be honest. She's been everywhere. But the 4 Gloucester players on your screen have been brilliant. I think Nell Metcalf, hat-trick, easy as it was. Emma Singh by far standout, you know. She's kicked goals, she's ran, she's countered. Sam Monaghan has been an engine today for me, you know, all that hard work alongside Zoe Stratford. And I think Claykie George, we haven't seen the best of her this season, but there's been moments today where she looked like Claykie George of old, pulling strings, that variation of passing the line, and it's just kept driving Gloucester forward. So I think big difference for me today between that Gloucester, Hartpury and Loughborough game was them 4 on your screen.
Well, it's getting biblical here at Queen's Home as the heavens continue to find more doors to open, and Loughborough Lightning have got about 90 seconds to go about 70 metres. What a boon it would be for them if they were to leave this fortress with a match point. But Gloucester Hartpury aren't exactly the kind of team
Good choice.
for surrendering match points with ease. They are going to leapfrog their way back to the top of the table after this showing today. Carmela Morale releases her hands. Aliv Kelter all alone, looks up, tells Bo Westcombe Evans to get on her bike. Venner just boots it clear. But that is still a prime piece of attacking real estate here for Loughborough Lightning.
You said they had to go 70 metres. They went 65 there, didn't they? And that, look, it's a really lovely bit of play. Before this, we missed Morella getting her hands free. Great weighted kick by Kelter there. And Bo Westcombe Evans, great chase. You know, the way the game can change on a really knife edge with good kicks and good chases. And Venner had no opportunity but to put that out the back. And big scrum here for Lightning now. Big opportunity.
Look at those conditions.
Crunch.
The weather has turned.
Bind.
Will the tide do the same for Lightning late in the day? 5 metres from a precious point. The captain gives it to Kelter, who so often has taken matters into her own hands today. Wardby scrambles through that low centre of gravity, taking them to 3 metres shy. Closer they go. The lineman in sight! And just how big will that try be come the final playoff reckoning? Christine Belial with the most precious of plunges to the paint to bag a bonus point score for Loughborough Lightning with the clock in the red.
That was huge, absolutely huge. I think when you started that to say they had to go 80 metres, probably didn't think it was possible. Yeah. And then Scrum held out, went to work, really, really good, strong finish, and a well-deserved point for Lightning. You know, they've stuck in this fight for 80 minutes against a very, very good, composed Gloucester Hartpury side.
Helen Nelson tops up her personal season tally right at the death. It was immaterial because Gloucester Hartpury had romped to another maximum points win. But that try at the end, that'll have heightened the senses of Harlequins, Trailfinders, Exeter Chiefs, that foursome in pursuit of the playoff spots. A massive moment for Loughborough Lightning at the death. But a commanding win once again for those who wear the crown and are still the pace setters and still in search of that 4th crown. Full time here at Queen's Home. The champions remaining perfect with a bonus point win. And Katie Daly-McLean, your Built for Athletes player of the match, who's guided them to this big victory.
Yeah, look, like I said, some really good performances, but that lady on your screen there, Emma Singh, I thought she was absolutely outstanding, great from the tee, did everything that she needed to do and more in that fullback shirt, and well-deserved player of the match today.
Well, scenes of celebration. It was a lightning storm that came, but a thunderstorm that ends the match. But the key statistic is that right there. Gloucester Hartpury have been tested, but they've emerged once again in flawless fashion. Full time here at the home of Gloucester Hartpury. 45-26 victors over Loughborough Lightning.